That man, he was there again. Each time I go to the pool, I see him there, inhabiting it European style, as if part of the landscape. Sometimes he vanishes, then reappears. Although he carries a walking stick, there's strength to his body. He has a dignity. He's purposeful. And so I speculate. Is he haunted by memories of the past? And if so, what memories? I search for clues in vain. Still, he does not notice me. Months, years pass, and I still don't know. And I almost give up, thinking I will never know the story. And then one day something happens. Just one thing, but it's enough. I was just on my way from the pool to the cafeteria. He came rushing up to me and said, "You must feed the birds." And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And so after that I started feeding the birds.
How did I get to start talking with her? I don't know. Because I was up there and she was up there. Somehow we talked. And I fed birds with what she left over. You see, they'll come, but not when you're standing around. They know. They know me. Well, I was born in Munich. We were twins. We were born after my father's death. Well, when I was 16, my mother let me leave school and start as an apprentice with BP in Munich. And I wasn't terribly happy. All the Scharners were professors, and I was the odd boy or the odd man out. And then I had an extraordinary religious experience. When I was 23, I left Munich on the bicycle to join my mother, who was staying in the Bavarian Alps. And that is the first time that God spoke to me. And he gave me back faith and hope. And he told me what he wanted me to do, to go to France in a mission for the Catholic Church. And then I thought I would like to be a priest. And I hadn't matriculated, so I had to matriculate. And they let me finish the matriculation, and instead of going to the seminary, I went to war.
I contracted juvenile rheumatoid arthritis at the age of about 3 or 2. It wasn't diagnosed for years, and people didn't know what it was. They thought I was imagining it. Finally, at the age of 9, they worked out what it was. They put me in plaster for about 9 weeks, neck to knee. They took away all the mobility in my body, so that made me a lot worse, and then I couldn't walk after that. So you wanted some of my books when I moved house?
Ah, yes. I come to your place.
Oh, all right. You can choose them. There's a lot.
But
you wouldn't
you
be able to carry them. There's about 3 walls full. You need a truck.
I need a truck.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't want to fight for the bloody Nazis. They were the enemies of what I treasured most in life. In the beginning, I was employed in Poland in the artillery. And then they asked, who knows a foreign language well? And I said, I know English. And after a few months, all of a sudden, I was transferred to a unit to intercept messages. I was a signaler, interpreter. In 1944, I was sent to France. And naturally, I was delighted to be sent to France because I had never forgotten this experience. And then every 4th day, I had 12 hours off. When I had a day off, I was going to Romaine. Of course, I didn't have the permission to go there. I mean, I was mad. And everything went wrong. And halfway, 2 partisans pounced on me, and that was the end of I was a prisoner of war.
I could write really, really early and read. So I used to write little novels. But because I was advanced too quickly, I was very immature. And because I was immature, I wasn't able to keep up with the class, through primary school. And I always got the impression that I was really, really dumb. I wanted to be a teacher. But they wouldn't let me into the teaching department, and I kept on failing all the medicals. But I always thought that I should be a teacher instead of anything else. I found a job in the Attorney General's department, and then I worked there and in the Crown Solicitor's office for 14 years. It took me a long time to learn how to be a lawyer because I was very naive and it was very physically difficult, and I hadn't been out in the world. And I got promotion in the end, which was just a miracle. teacher?
10 years in France and 20 years in Australia.
30 years. Well, I don't take any drugs at all. I never have. The only thing that really helps is exercise. In the first half hour, it's really painful. Then after about half an hour, something happens and I start loosening up. It's just a miraculous change taking place in the water. I've always had an empathy with people who are older because at the age of 3, I was like a 80-year-old. So I had to get used to it very early. I think it's better to get used to it at that age than when you're older. I think it's easier.
Next Tuesday I'll be 90 and then it goes boom. You see, they put a pacemaker in there. The Maytime fair, that is a huge fete. Thousands of kiddies turn up. I go around all the year and buy the books. At fetes, markets, op shops. And I've done that for 25 years. I've done it.
Oh, Roberto, how are you? Oh, you're being interviewed, are you?
These young people there are of the Victorian College of the Arts.
Oh, wow.
And
Gee.
they saw me in the swimming pool.
Uh-huh.
And they were so impressed by my beauty.
All right. What about Tapes of the River
No,
Delta?
we make that 90. We make those
Huh?
90 cents too.
Radio,
40 cents. Is that
40 cents, huh?
All right, 40 cents. Dear Barbara, give me the books you don't want. But not rubbish. No rubbish. I've got enough rubbish as it is here.
Amanda's house and bird magic. Okay. Oh, the seals and Amanda's house. No, the birds, of course. I was sitting in the glass tower looking out the window at the sea. I'd got to that level, yes. And then I thought, well, I felt empty. I was going to go to the bar, that's right. I was going to go to the bar. I just suddenly decided to go to a CAE writing class. Went to about 5, and then something started happening, and I didn't go back to the law. I've met lots of doctors and lawyers who wanted to be writers, but I've never met a writer who wanted to be a doctor or lawyer.
Barbara, I always wanted to see your place, and here it is. And all those books are mine. I'm very fond of Pussycat. What's her name?
This is Jessie.
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 My twin sister's called Jessie too, but she's not as nice as you.
Take that. Take that. No.
I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm not complaining. I've got so many good books.
You'll have to come over more often. More often.
Now I know where you are. I've left a box there.
Oh, good. So I'll see you on Monday at the pool.
And that's where God at last told me what he wanted me to do. Build chalets for the young, where they could kind of look after body and soul at the same time. Where they could ski and at the same time be in a religious atmosphere. I tried to build these chalets. Well, I took the boys up there to several places, but I couldn't find the money. And so I decided to go to Australia to earn the money. She was beautiful and she was very gifted.
And now she's sick. She's sick, Jessie.
Well, now she has dementia. Well, I did what God told me to do. And that's all I could do. What can I do? Wait and see. At present, I'm waiting and seeing. And he's the one that I can depend.
I've got something for you.
He'll come to my funeral.
Don't talk about funeral.
No.
I've got something for you.
Oh my God.
Here we are. Happy 90th birthday.
Happy 90th birthday.
Good on you.
I tell you, I must read out the letter I got from Jessie.
Oh, a letter from Jessie.
Mm-hmm. You can go to your 90th birthday. Mm-hmm. You silly sausage.
Oh my God.
And happy birthday to you and me, Jessie.
Robert, happy birthday.
Oh!
You don't know what it is yet. You better
Oh, I
find
know
out
what
what
it
it
is.
is. Open it.
And that's your favorite one.
That's my favourite one on the top.